Hey guys, I know you've been waiting for this video for a long time. Today we're gonna be comparing the Lightning Strike kayak that I have over there versus the Pelican Hydryve 130 version 2. This is the Hdii 2 drive version. Now, I'm sorry I should have done this video a while ago, but I've been busy, blah blah blah. Anyways, it's here today. So let's get into this. All right, where do we start here? Can we start with my incredible imagination? Look at this. I'm using Pelican cash powers as kayak stands. This is incredible stuff. Like, you don't see this every day. Amazing stuff. Now, these two boats are, the one thing that they have in common is that they use the original Hdii style drive as propulsion system. That will give you hands-free fishing and also allows you to go in really shallow water without having to remove the drive. Now, you don't have instant reverse. Although here with the Pelican ones, you could quickly learn to like just take the drive out, flip it and go in reverse. It may be useful on really tight location, like if you are in like a little tiny mangrove tunnel, whatever you want to call it, and the only way to get out is to go in reverse. You could just flip the drive and go in reverse. And yeah, here you could take it out and do the same thing, but you could do it faster over there. Now, these two drive are not gonna be super fast. They're kind of slow, although I think the version here, the Hdii 2 version, is a little more refined because it's version 2.0. So I want to start this comparison from over here from the bow, because you could see some differences right away. The Pelican hold is a different style. You don't have a front hatch here. You do have the space to add a hatch here if you want to, but this area is kind of like open, and you could definitely put a kayak seat in here, and this drive is super far away that is not gonna hit anything over here. So you can have a small child here on a kayak seat, 100%. That will work. Over here, you don't have that flat deck type of thing, open deck design. You have a hatch, a giant hatch. Some people love hatches, other people don't. But what you could do is you could turn this into a cooler. Get the liner. It doesn't come with a liner, but you could turn it into a cooler. So that's a big difference right there. You have a nice open area here where you could put a cooler. Here you have an opening which you could turn into a cooler or put a small one in there, but it's different. Like, I find myself liking this style better. Less opening for water to get in, and I could do a lot of stuff. I could put a cooler like I mentioned, or a milk crate, or I could put a kayak seat. So that's huge. Another thing is the difference here is the handle. Pelican has their handles with rivets. I hate rivets. I wish it didn't have rivets so you didn't have this movement here. And the Lightning Kayaks Strike, you got a solid handle. Pretty good stuff. Now, both of them do their job. I just prefer a built-in handle like that, or something that is actually attached with bolts and nuts, not just rivets. All right, let's move to kind of like the middle here. The way that the drive gets installed on the Lightning Kayak Strike is using this standard things that you see on the Hdii ones. That is a really good idea. This is a rotor molded boat, that's why it's like that. This one here being a thermoform boat, you have to use like an adapter to be able to attach the drive into it. This is not coming from Pelican. This is my reasoning after looking at the Hdii version of the thermoform boats. They have like an adapter that they use, like this piece right here, to be able to take that drive. So that is, I don't know if it's a negative or positive. I mean, if something breaks, you could replace it. It does look different, and underneath it has some openings. You may not like that because dirt and things may get into it. And here it's just solid. It's the solid boat. You gotta see what you like better. I don't have a problem with either. I kind of like this in the sense that I'm able to remove it quickly and put it back on, but maybe you like more of the refined finish, more like you don't have like a giant black looking ugly looking piece in there. I mean, I don't know, whatever, it looks weird, but I think I like the functionality better. But anyways, it's up to you. All right, so right here you have kind of like the standard tracks. With the Pelican one, you just have like a solid surface, and they added some tracks. The great thing about these tracks is that you could replace them. They're not using rivets. That's awesome. You could put different style, like if you don't want the Scotty ones or you want a really long one, you could probably just remove this and add new tracks. Here you cannot get like just one style of track. It's not changing. Also, the Lightning Strike has like molding spaces, kind of like if you're paddling this boat, because it paddles very well, you have places here to put your foot rest. The Pelican one does not have that. Let's look at it. It doesn't have it. Nope, doesn't have it. Cup holder. You know, Pelican, one thing I like about Pelican kayaks is how simple they are, and you may hate it, but I kind of like it because look at this cup holder. It's there, but it's not there. Like if you don't need it, you just take it out, boom, it's gone, right? I think I like that because you don't have like a dedicated space, but you could use it as a cup holder if you want. Here, the Lighting Kayaks, you got 2 molded in cup holders. So you know. Now, padding. Lighting Kayaks have really nice padding with the Lightning Strike logo. Look at that. Here in the rear you have also nice looking padding. It makes the boat looks really nice. Pelican only has this 2 standing platform type of padding area here. I mean, I kind of like the color, but they're not as nice as the one that you see on the Lighting Kayak, right? So let's move on. You have space here that you could put a giant tackle box, or you have another cup holder. You got the seat right here on the Pelican catch. The seat is really nice. This thing is like, it's very comfortable. I like this area right here. You don't have this where your butt sits. You don't have the mesh. You just have like a nice comfy padded area, and your butt will thank you. Also, you have so many goodies with this seat. Look at this. You could put things here in the back if you want to put lumbar support. You could put your pliers here if you need to, or some little small tackle box. Here in the back of the seat you have another pouch that you could put like a tackle box or maybe a water bag or things like that. I really like the Pelican seat, super functional. And you got the rudder control right here, only one, and there's no way that you could add a second one. If we look at the Lighting Kayaks, you have one from factory rudder control, but you could add a second one. Also, the Lighting Kayak has something extremely useful that the Pelican does not offer, and that is the ability to have this seat move position. You can move it forward a little bit and bring it down, or you could bring it down all the way back if you want, or you could put it on a slightly higher sitting position right here. So this is a huge thing in my book. So you got a better, more comfier seat, more useful seat on the Pelican Catch Hydryve 130, but you get more sitting positions on the Lighting Kayaks Strike. Now the seat, the Pelican one is more comfortable, and they're not the same, but they share a lot of the same ideas. Like the C-frames look a lot like the same style. It's just different material, different padding, but they do share similarities. And both seats you could completely remove, and then you have like an open deck area where maybe you could use a cooler as a seat, or you could just completely take it out if you want to use this more like a stand-up sub, you know. Now, another thing that Lighting Kayaks have that I really like is that you have dual paddle holders. That is great because a lot of times I take a little anchor pole with me, so I have it on one side and I have my paddle on the other side. Pelican Catch Hydryve only has one, and the bungee cable that holding it is not the best. So plus over there for the Lighting Kayaks Strike. Now let's talk about rod holders, right? Pelican Catch 130, you got 4. Look at that, 4 rod holders. That's amazing. I like that. You don't need a milk crate, you just grab the boat and go. The Lighting Strike, you have 2. You only got 2. You could probably put 2 more here if you want. From factory, the Pelican Catch already comes with 4. That's some awesome stuff. Let's talk about the rear, the tank wells. You have a lot of space here on the Pelican Catch Hydryve 130. You also have a lot of space here on the Lighting Kayaks Strike. Different concept, different style. You could definitely put a milk crate here, or a black pack, or a cooler. You could do the same here. Now, something I see here on the Pelican is another space for another hatch if you want to put a hatch. This right here is not a hatch on the Lighting, but you could replace it with a hatch. So a lot of similar stuff, different style. It's not about functionality, it's more about what you like to see. Look here in the rear, you kind of have like a square stern here on the Pelican Catch 130, and over here you have more like a kayak style design where they molded in. And something I like about Pelican here is that you have two. Again, they're riveted, which they were with nuts and bolts, but still having two makes carrying this kayak a lot easier. And you have here on top a drain plug. You have another one here on the Lighting Kayaks Strike. On the Pelican, you have this rudder that you bring down. That one over there is already underneath the boat. One of the reasons why I like this style of rudders better is because if you have the space here in the rear to put kind of like a power pole or maybe a motor, the rudder will not get in the way. Here it does get in the way, but neither of these boats have anything built in from factory to put a power pole or to put a motor. There are things that you can do to put a motor on boats like this without drilling, like I show you, and I bet you could do the same here on the Pelican by adding some tracks around here. You have a nice access point here inside the hull that would allow you to do drilling and adding mounting plates and a bunch of stuff to this boat. So that's really good. All right, before we flip the boats, I want to talk about some of the specs, but I'm thirsty. I need some water. These boats are about the same length, 12 feet and 6 inches long. They are both 34 inches wide at the widest point. The carrying capacity is about the same. You got 415 pounds on the Lighting, you got 425 pounds on the Pelican catch. We're talking about what, 10 pounds? It doesn't make much of a difference, but maybe you do need those 10 pounds. So this Hydryve carries a little more if that's important to you. In terms of weight, the whole of the Pelican catch is 78 pounds and 82 pounds here on the Lighting Strike. Why is that difference? Well, this is rubber molded, so I bet there are places where they have more plastic. Thermoform is a more efficient way to build a kayak, so they're able to use less plastic. I mean, they're the same size, so where are those 4 pounds coming from? It's the building process. Fully fitted, you're looking at maybe an additional 10 pounds between the drive and the seat. MSRP, this is a huge one. We're talking about the Pelican right here. It retails for $1,500, but come on, you know, retailers where the Pelican catch are sold, they're always discounting them. So I bet you find a better deal on the Pelican Hydryve 130. The Hdii 2 versions are not out yet for the 130. I mean, maybe they are by the time you watch this video. MSRP on the Strike is $1,800. And they're pretty much available on a lot of stores, although with the crisis now, supply is low. So make sure to check your local dealer or check the links that I have down in the description. Again, those are affiliate links, so when you buy through them, this channel gets a little commission. So let me just address something quickly here. We're talking about the way that the boats are built. Thermoform boats like this, a lot of people think that they're trash, they think they're break, blah blah blah. I don't think so. The way that Pelican construct their boats is pretty efficient, and they do a good job putting it together. Actually, where you see these two pieces are well together, this is the strongest part of the boat. This is really strong stuff. So even Hdii makes thermoform kayaks, so I wouldn't worry about that. Rotor molded are also great. So I mean, again, we're talking about like known deciding factors right here. The way that these two kayaks are built is not a reason why you should choose one over the other. And that brings me to warranty. The hull here on the Pelican Catch 130 is a lifetime hull warranty, but the drive is only 1 year. So that's something you have to think about. The drive is only 1 year. Well, the Lighting Strike has a 2-year warranty on the drive and the hull. Again, warranty is something that changes all the time. By the time you buy your kayak, the warranty may be different. Another thing that people love to touch on is that where the kayaks were built. Lighting Strike is made here in the US. The drive are also assembled here in the US with parts from other places, while the Pelican Catch drive is not made here. The drive is not made here, but the boat is made in Canada, which is still North America. I don't know if that is important to you. I've been trying to put this Pelican on top of this other Pelican and it keeps falling up. So this is what you get. Look at the whole design. The Lighting Strike is a more stable kayak. Maybe I give it like a 7 out of 10. While the Pelican Catch, you can stand up and fish, but it's not as stable as the Lightning Strike kayak, more like a 6. I'm gonna work on this scale pretty soon, but this boat, having that tri-hull design, it's gonna be more stable. It also has a place for use transducer right there. If you want to hide it from the elements, you don't have this on the Pelican. So that's another plus that the Lightning Kayaks Strike has. Let's talk about paddling. The Lightning Strike paddles very well. I think you could just take a paddle and forget the drive and have a nice day on the water. While the Pelican Catch 130, you could paddle it, but it's not as a nice paddle as you have here on the Lightning Strike. In terms of the drive, this boat is a little faster with the drive than the Lightning Strike. It was easy for me to get to 5 miles an hour on the Pelican. Well, this one took a little more to get there. The Lightning Strike is a nice kayak, but it's a slower kayak in terms of using the drive than the Pelican Hydryve. All right, so there you have it. What kayak will you get for yourself? Comment down below. And if there's something that you would like me to do another video, also comment down below. I don't know, but I think this crazy shutdown is affecting me in the sense that I got tired just doing this video. Months. I haven't been doing exercise for a month, and I bet a lot of you guys probably feel the same way. Tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit.